go out to Austin, Texas, the 512, and talk to Katie. What's up, Katie?
Oh, no.
Katie, you there?
Here. Okay. Sorry, you cut out for a second. Okay.
Hey, what's happening? Yeah, I got you. What's up?
First of all, thank you so much. This is awesome. I'm super excited. Also very nervous, so sorry in advance.
All right. And first of all, thank you. I'm very nervous and excited. So same boat, same team. We can do it.
Okay. Awesome.
Is it still 1,000 degrees in Texas right now?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. And I'm 8 months pregnant. So
Nope. My wife's in Texas right now with my kids, and she just said it's 1,000 degrees.
Yeah.
Like, what are y'all doing? Fix that, guys.
Sweat fest. I don't know. Yeah.
8 months pregnant? Oh, gosh. Jeez.
I was like, fun fact, guys, your shins can sweat.
Gross.
That's what I discovered last week at work.
Gross. I don't know that my shins have ever sweat, but well done.
Thank you.
I'm sure I'm sure it's possible. All right. So what's up? What's up? You shin sweater? That sounds like a slur. Anyway. All right. What's up?
Yes. Okay. So about a year ago, I cut off relationship with my mom.
How come?
Actually, at the advice of 2 therapists at the time. Growing up, it was a pretty chaotic existence. My sister has high functioning autism, but they didn't know it at the time. So she was very emotional and needed a lot of attention, and just behavior, all of that. And then my dad avoided being home by being at work. And so it left me at home, pretty much. So I was kind of like the buffer between my mom and my sister. And like anytime my mom was just frustrated about anything, it just always was taken out on me. And so there's just like a lot of baggage and stuff that went with that. And I was having a really hard time last summer. And I was actually using BetterHelp. So plug for that.
Cool.
I ended up on BetterHelp. I started with a different therapist and then got over there. But they're both like, I really think every time you talk to your mom, it doesn't help anything. It hurts. You have a lot of damage and baggage there. I don't know how much detail you want to go into the backstory of it all.
I trust. The salacious side of me wants to know, like, what'd she say? What'd she do? But I don't think that's important here. You got 2 professional licensed therapists telling you, hey, you need to draw some pretty hard boundaries, right? And I know in my world, telling somebody to not talk to their mom, you don't just throw that around, right? So if 2 different therapists have told you that, then I trust you. I trust you. I trust them. I trust everybody. This is where we are.
Okay. Yeah. There's just like a lot of gaslighting, and like everything was my fault, and like everything would be fine, and then just like, and I've heard you talk to other people about this, like you're at home and you'd be doing something, and all of a sudden just like bombs would go off, and you have no idea why, and then you're just trying to madly fix it. And
I'm assuming that has followed you into your adult life. You're pregnant now.
Yeah.
You got another. Are you married?
Yeah, it's married and I have a 5-year-old.
Okay, so now she wants to run that relationship too.
Well, yeah, and that's part of why I got so frustrated last summer. Like, and that's what kind of broke the straw for me, was I was having a conversation with her, and she was like, "Well, I was really worried about your son. Like, I thought he was going to have a weight problem." I'm like, he at no point ever had a weight problem. Like, I don't know where you're even getting this. And then she'd always make little comments about my husband and like just stuff about my life, like anything. I could be like, "We're going to the grocery store this weekend." She's like, "Are you sure you can handle that?"
Yeah.
Like,
So we're here now.
So we're here now.
What happened?
So I cut off relationship. She had mailed some things throughout the time, but I haven't responded to them because they were very cold and disconnected, and it was not sincere at all. But this last time she sent a letter, and it was like, "I moved to apologize for my selfishness. Like, I didn't recognize your needs, struggles, and difficulties as a child." And then was like, "I love you," which is the first time she said that in any of her communications. She still signed it her first name instead of like mom or anything. But my husband's like, "I think that's the best apology you're ever going to get out of the situation," which I agree. And it kind of feels like the ball's in my court now. Like, either like I need to respond, and I just don't know if I need to. And to me, it was a very passive apology, like, sorry you had a hard time over there, versus like, sorry I was emotionally abusive.
Well, so here's, like, as you're talking, here's the thoughts running through my mind, okay? And it's going to sound like I'm coming at you. I'm not. I'm leaning up against your boundaries too, okay?
Okay.
If you cut her off to try to get something from her, that's manipulation. That's what it feels like. If you cut her off to protect you and your family, and you really didn't even have unless she does A, B, or C, or D, and maybe you explain that to her, that's a totally different story. But if you cut her off and then she's just been like throwing little notes over your giant brick wall, and she's trying to figure out what note is going to open the door, then that's manipulation. That's I mean, it's almost like, I'm getting you back, Mom, and I'm going to get you back by taking away your grandkids and your daughter.
Totally fair. I had no intention of I didn't expect anything out of her. I've actually, honestly, I think you posted this on social media, like, pray for that they have deep laughter and a great life and like become whole and heal. And I honestly, like, I want that for her. I just can't keep putting myself out of obligation every week, because like I'll be in trouble, quote unquote, which I know sounds ridiculous.
No, it doesn't. I mean, it happens. But so what is making you feel like you have to respond to this?
When I cut her off, like, it was honestly one of the scariest things I've ever done. Like, you know, when your heart beats like in your jaw and everything hurts. It was like one of those moments. So I sent an email. It wasn't like the most tactful, probably. And I didn't list any grievances. So I don't know if it's fair to be like, why aren't you apologizing for the things I expected you to apologize for, when you don't know what they are? But I don't know. I want to do the right thing. Cutting off your mom is just such a huge thing, and no one understands it. They're like, but that's your mom. So it just, I guess I want to.
They don't get a
not
vote.
Be cruel. I don't want to be cruel. I don't want to be trying to inflict pain. Like, I'm not consciously trying to inflict pain. I honestly feel like I've been healthier mentally. I've been a better mom. I've been able to focus on the therapy. Like, I actually quote unquote finished therapy, like, to the point where my therapist was like, I don't know that I need to see you every week. So that's honestly why I don't have her to talk to right now about this.
Let me walk through a couple of choices I think we've got. Number one, you told her, I'm done. Yep. I wish you the best. I'm going to pray for you to have joy in your life, but it won't be include me or your grandkids. That's number one. So think of your boundary. You just put up a wall, and think of that wall that someone's just throwing stuff over the wall. They can throw that up. That's fine. You can't come over the wall. They can throw crap over all day. So that's number one. Number two is you can respond by basically opening the little crack. I'm thinking of like a medieval castle, and there's a big thick wooden door, and they just move that little bitty thing at the beginning, in the door. That's like a little bitty box. It's like a little bitty square, and all you can see is just your eyes. And you could lean out and go, "Hey, I got your note. Thank you so much for sending that. I wish you the best," and close it back.
Okay.
You could do that. If you know your mom, you know your mom better than anybody. If you do that, that might be a wink to her. Thank you so much. That your apology meant the world to me. I'm really grateful. I wish you the best. We're not going back to the old days. What I sent you in that email still stands, but I did want to say thank you. Like, you can do that, but you know your mom. For some people, that would allow their mom some peace to ride off into the sunset. For some, that would be just the crack they needed to, bring a sewage truck and just start pumping crap through that door again, right? And then the third thing is you go open the door and go running out and hug your mom in the field, and the notebook music starts playing and all that kind of stuff. So you know better than anybody. What I would challenge you on is don't roll this off on your therapist. They made a recommendation, but they didn't tell you what to do. You had to make the call. Yeah. Your friends have recommendations, cool. But at the end of the day, you have to live with this. And so you also know how your mom's going to respond. So I want you to feel empowered to do the right thing for you and your family, and move forward from there.
Okay.
There's not a one size fits all answer here.
Gotcha. Like, that's why I haven't yet, because I actually received this letter on Mother's Day, I think. But with like the baby coming, and last time when I had a baby, she was so unhelpful and honestly very damaging at the time. So it's like, that feels like walking back into a house that's still on fire.
Yeah, then don't walk back in.
Why would I do that?
Yeah. Well, if you're going back in there to rescue somebody, maybe.
Yeah.
But if you're going back in there to try to make somebody feel better and they won't get out of that burning house too, then yeah,
Yeah. Yep. That's it. Like, I just escaped, and she's one of those people that will sit in misery to try to bring you back into it.
I think you've answered your own question then.
Okay.
Yeah. Well done. Well done, Katie. For everybody struggling with this kind of situation, like you've put up a boundary, whether it's with an ex, whether it's with a parent, whether it's with a grandparent, whether it's with whoever. Number one, expect that people are going to try to test that boundary and see if it's going to hold. They're going to run up against it. They're going to throw things over it. They're going to send notes. However, they're going to try to find out, is this boundary going to hold? Number two, expect other people to be upset that that boundary exists, because that boundary disrupts not just the relationship between you and the person you're putting the boundary up, but it affects other people, siblings, friend groups, church groups, everybody in between. The third thing is, there may come a season when that boundary doesn't serve you anymore and we're ready to move on. But for right now, it's going to stay, or whatever. Or I'm going to give you number four, I'm going to give you an ultimatum. These things have to happen or this boundary goes up. Great. Kind of like we talked about on a previous show. If you, 80-year-old man, kiss my teenage daughter after she's asked you and I've asked you not to, then we don't come around. If you're there, we leave. We leave. And if you drive down or fly down to my house and you knock on my door and you say, I am so sorry that I violated the dignity of your family, but way more importantly, I violated the dignity of your bodily autonomy and the autonomy of your daughter, and I'm sorry. It will never happen again. Thank you for calling me out on my abusive behavior. It will never happen again. In fact, I'll be the chief advocate for you and your family, and nobody's going to be putting your hands on y'all. Then maybe you say, cool, we can open this door and give it a shot. That's totally up to you. I just want people who put up boundaries. Boundaries are hard to put up. If you put up a boundary, feel at peace. You've done the right thing. You're going to feel guilty. You're going to feel ashamed. You're going to feel all those things. But if you feel the need to put up a boundary, put it up. Put it up. And hold to it. Good for you, Katie. I'm proud of you.